It's one of the world's most famous addiction treatment centers, and it's located right here in our valley. The Betty Ford Center is now celebrating its 40th anniversary, and as the nation faces a worsening substance abuse crisis. I was recently given rare permission to tour the private center, which is reflecting on its legacy and building its future. The world-renowned Betty Ford Center sits on a private 20-acre campus adjacent to Eisenhower Medical Center in Rancho Mirage. For the past 4 decades, this tranquil desert oasis has helped hundreds of thousands of people find healing and hope. Just as Betty Ford envisioned at the center's dedication ceremony back on October 3rd, 1982.
This was a desert, rather, a pile of sand out here. And we've made it come alive, but it's even going to be more alive for those people who come here for help.
The candid former First Lady spoke publicly about her struggles with alcohol and prescription pills, lifting the shame and stigma surrounding addiction. Just 2 years after she and her husband Gerald left the White House, she checked into rehab following a family intervention.
They were telling me they loved me too much to let me go.
That life-changing experience inspired Ford to build the world's only treatment center with an equal number of beds for women as for men. One of the first patients was Joan Clark, seen here with her suitcase the day she arrived at Betty Ford in 1984.
These offices were full of a variety of people.
Today, Clark works at the center in recovery management. What makes this place so special?
It's life-changing. It's such a melting pot of people, all with the one thing in common, that we're all here to get better. Our location has been called one of the most powerful parts of the treatment, because you can walk around a little lake, look up at the mountains, and it's special. It's just really hard to define.
Over the decades, Betty Ford became a household name, associated with numerous celebrities who were open about receiving treatment there. Elizabeth Taylor said she kicked a 25-year drug habit at the center, where she also met one of her husbands. Johnny Cash said the center helped him to get sober, and Kelsey Grammer credited his stay with saving his life. Those celebrities have always made up less than 1% of Betty Ford's patients. The center says it still fights the misconception it caters to the rich and famous.
The First Lady of the United States, please join me in welcoming Betty Ford.
A new generation of Americans are now learning about the center's trailblazing founder in the Showtime series, The First Lady. Michelle Pfeiffer plays Betty Ford.
A part of me has been scared for you.
Dakota Fanning plays Ford's daughter, Susan. I spoke with Susan, who is now on the board of the Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
We have to educate the new young patients who go to the Betty Ford Center and go, who's Betty Ford?
Susan says her mother initially hesitated putting her name on the center.
I'm really proud to have our family name on it.
And she's proud the center is about to undergo a major facelift, the most significant expansion since it opened. These renderings show what's ahead, including updates to the grounds and construction of several new buildings.
We'll be taking down the original Betty Ford Center residential units and adding new units to meet patient needs and expand our capacity here.
So a lot of changes.
Lots of changes, exciting.
The executive director says when the $30 million project is finished in 2025, the center will increase from 184 to 240 beds, including many more at the day treatment level of care. Is the demand for places like the Betty Ford Center greater than ever before?
It is. We see a record number of people reaching out to us for help and admitting into our services, and so we know that's only going to increase due to the effects of the pandemic, and also people being more and more aware of addiction as a disease and that there's treatment that helps for it.
What do you think your mother would say about where Betty Ford is now and where it's headed?
Well, I think she would be excited. She would be proud of the fact that we are continuing to be the leaders in the field.
Betty Ford considered the center her lifetime achievement. 40 years after her dream became a reality here in our desert and a global symbol of recovery, she will always be remembered as a woman strong enough to admit her weakness.
I was not only glad that my disease was treatable, but I was tremendously grateful that God was going to give me another chance.
Something else unique the Betty Ford Center offers: services for children whose loved ones are struggling with addiction, and no child is ever turned away for inability to pay. This Monday, the center will host a ribbon cutting for its new entrance, which is the first big milestone in its transformation. For more details on the event, the renovations, and extended interviews, head to our website, kesq.com.